Person left their blinkers on and it has a light on. Welcome back to another video of the Target Individual program. Targeting Kemetic spirituality. It's not Christianity, it's not Islam, it's unseen science. Kemetic spirituality is science. Alright? Christianity, Islam is religion. This is why they have to keep you ignorant, right? While they're using our Kemetic science, our Kemetic spirituality, which is science, technology, yeah, right, to manipulate us, to keep the vast majority of us in a highly ignorant state. Okay? Because once you understand what they've been doing in order to bring you into the fold of Christianity and how those within the government, the religious right, the religious left, two sides of the same coin, using religion as one of the control mechanism in order to control those who are highly ignorant. And particularly as a black person, again, you don't know. This is why I always remember in the beginning of my Targeted, when I used to be going to, I got off at the train station, there used to be this guy preaching religion. Talk every time he sees me, he's like, "We're going to use technology to bring them down." Right? Now, but they want you to keep away from technology, right? This is why black people in America and around the world, when it comes to technology, that is not a field that we're in, particularly when it comes to technology for defense, weapons manufacturing. Look, I just read an article today about the Chinese, and they developed a cooling mechanism for lasers. Lasers use extreme power, right? And so to be able to have an indefinite cooling mechanism, that means that they can create a laser gun that can fire continuously and that don't need to be cooled, right? I mean, it's a continuous firing of lasers, high-powered lasers, because they already have developed a cooling mechanism that can cool it instantly. That's amazing, right? Where are any countries in Africa that predominantly run by black people? What are they developing? And make no mistakes about it, that black minds are part of that development process and that creation process. But when it comes to black people as a whole, particularly in black countries, in Africa, they're not doing anything like that. All right? So this is why, like I said, with the technology they've created, they can manipulate us and control us. This is what we have to ultimately understand. This is why STEM is so important, right? When you look at the technology field in America, there's no black-owned companies that are creating any sort of offensive weapons. It's all white, Chinese, Asians, Arabs. Look, the Arabs have created battle drones, right? That can carry heavy payload that Russians are using. Where's the African countries that are developing these sort of offensive weapons? Where are they? They're non-existent, right? And this is why, again, we look at countries in Europe, how they financially hamstring African countries. They say, "Oh yeah, you're free from colonialism." No, we're not. But the economy is always tied to European countries. This is why, I'm so happy that Russia, China, South Africa, and other African countries are getting rid of the dollar and the euro, because those are financial systems. Those are financial systems that have been used to hamstring African development, right? But we here, particularly in America, we don't share concern with what's going on in Africa because, again, we're highly religious and we like to leave things up in God's hand. But let me tell you, no other group of people leave things up in God's hand. Okay, we're the only foolish people that actually say such things, right? And so this is why we continue to be in the position that we're in. This is why, like I said, once you understand what it is that they're doing, the technology that they're doing, they can no longer manipulate you. They cannot use mystical manipulation to manipulate you, right? Because that means because if they're doing that and they continue to do that to other people, what else are they doing, right? So this is what we have to understand. And there's a video that I want to watch about the next Malcolm X. We got as black people, we must understand that we are the most oppressed people in America and across the globe, without a doubt. Okay, and they understand that when you oppress people, there are going to be uprising. There are going to be people who are going to see what's going on, and this is why they condition us with passivity, and this is why they manipulate black women the most, because they're the ones that are raising the majority of black children, including black boys. And so within the minds of the women, if you create a certain type of mindset in which you're not teaching them anything, you're not teaching them the truth, you're teaching them about religion, you yourself are highly delusional, you're going to create children that are highly delusional. And yet when they get into becoming adults, then you want to blame them, right? But understand that too in itself, it is not your fault. Right, so we have to lay blame where the blame needs to be laid the most, and that's the U.S. government, the white supremacists within the U.S. government, who've orchestrated through policies, through laws, through institutions, right, ways in which to destroy black men and black women, particularly black boys and black men, right, and create a mindset that is highly dysfunctional, that goes against the building of a strong community, the building of strong families, the building of a strong-minded people. Do you for 1 second think that these white racist people would allow us as black people to really come together to become an economic driving force in this country, or even a political driving force in this country? I mean, open up your eyes, realize the truth. Okay? And they want you to continue in the delusion, because they try to make the reality as difficult as possible so you can go back into a delusional way of thinking. This is why when I talk about my reality, they don't like that. Like, whenever I say my reality, they want to use the police sirens. And that's fine, because none of them have ever knocked on my door yet. All right, the constant threat that they do of subliminal message, of all of that stuff, they haven't done any of that yet. Right? Not to say that they wouldn't, who knows? But I know that the level of fear in which that they've tried to instill, it doesn't work. Okay? And I know that they're trying to re-indoctrinate me with the Christianity. It's not going to work, because once you understand the truth, once you understand what Kemetic belief, not Kemetic belief, but Kemetic spirituality, Kemetic practices, okay, they're going to do whatever they can to try to make that so negative. Or try to say, okay, well, since you believe in African spirituality, we're going to condition you so negative. Well, look at that. Got a Porsche, driving a Porsche. They like to use these flashy cars. No, thank you. I cannot be driving a car like that. Okay, flashing in the face of the majority of poor black people, right? Because again, what is that what I'm supposed to be inspired by? No. And that's a problem within our community, is that too much of our young people are inspired by material things instead of things that they should be inspired by themselves, their ancestors, their heroes. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, right? Dr. John Henry Clark. I can go on and on. Okay, Patrice Lumumba, right? All the African heroes. Okay. That's what they should be inspired by, not by material things like that, okay? Because again, these are just gatekeepers, and they make themselves feel important because they feel they level their identity and their importance lies in the things that they drive, in the house that they live in. Okay, it doesn't lie from what's within them. It doesn't lie from them having the character of what they should be. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys in the next video.